Thank you. I'd like to say to Dr. Churchwell, I'm a minister, but I got your drift, and I will comply. I appreciate James so much. Only James could get me to put on a uniform that I retired in 30 plus years ago. And I'll be brief because I'm afraid these buttons might pop off and hit somebody. Amen. But so I am Chief Master Sergeant, retired Curry Quarter from the United States Air Force. I lived right across the street in the Tony Sudican projects. Came here to Cameron High School, and from that time I went to TSU, but I must admit I did not have the academic discipline that was required, so I spent more time in the student union building, the sub, than in my books. Consequently, they had this deferment system, which I did not know about. I was a 2A, but because of my academics were not where they should be, I was changed to 1A, which means that your draft notice was right around the corner, which put me in the category that James has just described to us. And I went home and told my mom, I said, well, I didn't do good at TSU. I'm going to get drafted. But Mom was a very wise mother. How many are thankful for wise mothers? And she told me, perhaps you should go to the Air Force because you don't have the temperament to get in foxholes and all that kind of stuff. You're the more kind of book person. And she was right. I ended up staying in the Air Force for 23 years. But had I known about the military deferment, James, I probably would have studied just a little harder to bring my grades up. But I'm just laughing and grinning in the sub. And as a result, the draft notice came. But so I went on to the military, and it was a blessing. I enjoyed the military. But one thing I did notice when I was here at Cameron as a student, the textbooks that we received were used by, have I got a witness out here, from other school systems. Matter of fact, some of the books had the labels in there so thick, you couldn't even close the books up because other schools in the district had used the books. Then we got, let's say, the leftovers. And but I tell you, some of you all know the story in the Bible about the prodigal son. While I was in the Air Force, I came to myself and I began to use the training I received from Cameron. And while I was in there, I went on and received a master's degree in the Air Force, only to come back to Nashville in 1991, and I was employed by Nashville Public Schools as the textbook manager for 17 years. So my mind went back to those old books I got, and as I purchased books for the district, I must admit I was somewhat biased to Cameron, and I made sure Cameron got the best books along with the other schools. So this is great. This is great. So I'm a personal testimony here, amen, that everything really went well. I just wanted to share that. And like I said, I wasn't going to be long because I feel one of these buttons trying to come loose now.
Excuse me, I need to say one more thing, please. Oh, yeah.
You go ahead and say
okay.
You go ahead,
I need to say one more thing. The young lady, Gloria Pillar, her book, all the proceeds, every penny has been donated to the Cameron High School alumni or our Jackson Scholarship Fund. Every penny. Thank you, Gloria.
Spectacular. I guess I know who's in charge here. It's JC.